What's your name again?
I'm Michael Gill.
Okay, and what's the reason for this sign here and what you're doing to your house and the message you're trying to get across to society?
Well, here's the message that I want to get over to society. It's a messed up world when a guy can rape a 15-year-old girl and move in on my block, and the only thing I can do about it is express my freedom of speech. But I'm the one who's disturbing the peace. In the eyes of a lot of my neighbors, I'm the one who's taking the sweet and peaceful community and turning it into something ugly and hateful. Which is, that's insane to me.
Right.
I might be crazy, as my psychiatrist said, I might be crazy, but I'm not insane.
Right.
Insanity is getting a notice like that and what? What am I supposed to do with that notice? Take it lying down?
No.
I don't think so. I'm backed up to my own porch. This is my own house and my own block, and if I can't do something to get rid of this guy, people say he has a legal right to be there. Does that mean he has a legal right to live next to his victim? Does that mean he has a legal right to live next to his next victim? Because a child rapist, the recidivism rate on child rape is extremely high. So statistically, it's just a matter of time before he does it again.
Right.
And I couldn't sleep. It would be on my conscience if I allowed it to happen here and I didn't feel like I did anything about it.
So what did he actually do? What was his charge? Who was the victim and what was his age? And
well, all I can go by is what's on the notice, and he was 38 when he raped a 15-year-old mentally defective girl. Oh. And it says second-degree rape, but ask any rape victim what's second degree about rape.
Right.
And also, he served a year in jail, and some of my neighbors say, well, he served his debt to society, but his debt is not to society. His debt is to his victim, and you can't unrape a woman. And,
True.
And what has happened here is this is the last straw. This is the straw that broke the camel's back, and you cannot unrape a woman, nor can you unbreak the camel's back. I'm not mad as hell, I'm just not going to take it anymore.
So what should happen to people like this person that committed this crime?
Well, I believe, as stipulated in the Declaration of Independence, which, as a matter of fact, was the Declaration of Independence is independence, meaning the rights of the individual.
Right.
And as bad as this guy is, it says that we've been endowed by our Creator with certain unalienable rights, among these being life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. So murder's too good for this guy. Rape is worse than murder. The victim has to live with that every single day of her life. And so my plan is to emasculate him, castrate him, cut off both his hands, and cut out his tongue. That way he has his life. He has his liberty. I don't want a single dime of my tax dollars going to house this guy and give him 3 square meals a day.
Now let's get the record straight. That's not something you're going to want to do, and you're not threatening him with that, but that's what you think the laws of the land should be passed to take care of people.
Exactly. Rules are meant to be broken, and laws are meant to be changed.
Right.
And I believe it's a fundamental problem in this society when they want to yuppify this area. This is a blue-collar neighborhood, and they want to, modern society seems to have this idea that as long as they sweep it under the rug, as long as they stick their heads in the sand, that these things won't happen. They won't happen in their community. Well, after this has happened, I've been told by people that there's like 30 sex offenders within a 1-mile radius.
Wow.
And I'm trying to get the message out.
Right.
Because otherwise, how are people going to know that this guy, 6 doors down with a green porch, is a duplex, and he lives on the east side. On the east of him, this little house with the blue trim, she's a grandmother, and she can't have her 2 granddaughters come over and stay with her now because his bedroom looks directly into their bedroom.
Wow.
There are children on this block.
Right.
there are women who have been abused, who have young daughters on this block. And who's going to protect who's going to defend the defenseless? Who's going to stand up and say, no more, enough is enough?
Right. I agree.
Well, I've had women stop
Let's take a walk over here. Let me just follow you and let's get a good look at what you got going on here. Let's go.
Well,
let's see it under the lights here. Come on, stand up on the porch.
What I've had to do.
That's great lighting.
What I've had to do is figure out a way to. I feel like my rights of free speech are being impinged by the Huntsville City ordinances, which I would have never known except for this. When this happened, I ran into all these ordinances. Now, in order to have a fire going.
So what are you cooking?
Well, the first time I just had a pan in order to comply with the.
You cooking hot dogs and hamburgers most of the time?
I always have something prepared.
Right, yeah, that's good.
Because in order to comply with not only the letter of the law says it has to be a cooking fire.
Right. Oh, a cooking fire, so that is a cooking fire.
But it doesn't matter that it's in a grill.
Oh.
If I don't have something that I'm actually cooking,
I see.
Then it's in violation. It's considered an open it's considered an open flame or open burning, which is against the ordinances.
Okay.
So only a cooking fire, in other words, the backyard barbecue is okay as long as you're cooking something. Now, the fire department was out here and they made it expressly known to me that I had to actually be cooking in order to have a fire in my Weber barbecue. It's not like I'm building a giant bonfire.
Right.
But that's the only exception. I have to find the loopholes that everybody else uses.
Ah.
The real estate agents have their open house signs all the time on Sundays or on the weekends. They have balloons and everything, and it's in the right of way.
Right.
But again, I may have told you before, the loophole is...
Let's walk into the light. Finish, yeah.
The loophole is that the realtors have a lot of influence. Some of them are in the government and they have enough money, they have great influence with the government. And so the city only has a sign guy working during the week and not on the weekend. So they get away with it on the weekends. I'm going to get away with it on the weekends too.
I see. So isn't it like those realtor signs, are they somehow grandfathered into the laws?
No, they're illegal also. It's just the fact that he doesn't work